We have a question from a spiritual seeker. I live in England, and in all these years, I have really not found anyone here where I live remotely interested in spirituality or non duality. I too go out walking every day and get some feeling of connectedness and community in the small village where I live. Some confusion I have noticed on occasion is around decisions that need to be made. For example, recently I was invited for a CT scan. I wasn't sure if I wanted to have a CT scan, even though it was being offered by our health service here to detect early possible cancers. The first appointment I went to, the scanner had broken down, and so I could not have the scan. I was sent another appointment but was feeling unwell, so didn't attend. Yesterday, I went for the scan, but when I arrived at the venue, I really felt strongly that I did not want a CT scan. I do not know if this feeling was coming from my ordinary mind or from the knowing beyond the mind. My mind is aware of the radiation dose of having a scan, so perhaps that was what influencing me. I have heard that if you don't know what to do in a particular situation, just stay as the awareness. It can be difficult to discern on occasions when a decision presents itself what to do. I have lost my mind in that thoughts are often completely absent or very soft and quiet, although I still very occasionally find I can get caught in worry. I am still learning to trust completely. So the question is, could you speak about this regarding making decisions when a decision presents itself to be made? So the thing is that yes, situations present themselves and decisions have to be made. This was made very clear by Ramesh that life is about making decisions, actions. So, in a particular moment, you can make decision based on whatever programming you have undergone up to that point. And the programming could be anything like, there is radiation, so the scan, the scan may not be very good for the body, or that may be, it may be influenced by some other thoughts like, we don't need that much checkup. Your parents may not have undergone that much, checking up. And so that those thoughts, they can influence our decision making. Here's the thing. This message does not tell you how to make the right decision. Where we get stuck is at that point where we want to make the right decision. What this message tells you is that there is no such thing as a right or a wrong decision. It just tells you act on whatever knowledge you have in a given moment. So if in a given moment you feel that you can get the scan done, get it done. But if you feel that it's not necessary, or something within you is telling you that it's not important, then don't do it. Irrespective of what you do or do not do, the whole concept is that you never made the choice. The choice was made because there were forces acting on you in a given moment which you have no control over. For example, as you say, when the second time you went for the appointment, the scanner broke down. So at that point, the scanner had to break down, and there was no possibility for you to get that examination. So it didn't happen. And in the third attempt, you felt something which probably spoke to you and said that, I don't know if this is really necessary or not. And you're very accurate in your assessment when you say that if we are confused in a particular moment, then it is just okay to be quiet. This was said by Ramana Maharishi, that if there is total confusion and you're not understanding what to do in a given moment, just be quiet. Because when you're quiet, you will get to the root of the problem. And when you'll get to the root of the problem, you will see that there actually is no problem. So majority of the decision making which comes is influenced by what will be in future. So many times we are trying to secure ourselves, and it's okay to be proactive and take good care of yourself, but at the same time living in constant fear that this may happen, that may happen, and going through unnecessary procedures, just one can just still think about it if it is really necessary or not. But it's totally up to you. It's your attitude to life, how it's your conditioning. So it's not possible for anybody else to tell you what is the right path. Once you have made the decision, then comes the teaching, telling you that it is not you who make the decision was already made. So in a given moment, whatever decision you took had to be taken in that manner only. And the dialogue which comes afterward, did I do right? Did I do wrong? Should I have done this? Should I have not done that? All that thinking which creates restlessness, anxiety, that thinking is dropped away with the understanding that nobody does anything, things happen. This is the simple concept. So when the situation presents itself, act. Act with whatever knowledge you have in a given moment without worrying about right or wrong, without worrying about making the best choice, because you are not making the choice is being made. And there are so many variables at play which the human mind cannot fathom, cannot make sense of. It's too vast, because even the Bhagavad Gita says that you do not act alone. It says that ego deluded thinks of itself as the doer. So once the doership is gone, decisions are taken, and one moves forward in life with the attitude that it is not me who's living the life, but life is being lived through me, the instrument, the mind-body organism. So that frees you from the burden of karma, that have I done the right deed or the wrong deed? Once you understand the principle of non-doership, which is all you can do is act in a given moment and the outcome is not in your control because you are not the doer. Once this principle is clear, there is no karma. There may be consequences of an action. There will be, in fact, consequences of an action. Now, consequences may be good or bad, depending on the action. And good and bad is determined and defined by the prevailing conditions, what the society judges as good or bad. So maybe in this time, getting a scan done probably would be a good thing, would be judged as a good thing. But maybe in some other part of the world, they may see that this as something unnecessary because they live in the moment. And yes, I can understand the sense of loneliness and isolation one experiences when you don't have a spiritual community around you. And for that purpose, you're always free to join our community. And we hold meditations once a week. Now, I haven't been very regular with that, I admit, but I'm planning to be more regular with the weekly meditations, which used to happen on Wednesday and will continue to happen on Wednesdays. And then there is Sunday talk, where you can share, express, ask questions, interact. And so there is Sunday Zoom satsang that you can attend. And there is Wednesday meditation, silent sitting that you can also attend. And both of these are followed by casual discussions and question and answers and interactions. So, thanks to the technology, the same technology which creates these big machines, that we also have this ability to communicate with each other and be a part of the community, where we feel that we are heard, where we have the freedom to express ourselves. So I hope I've answered your question. Take care.